Okay guys, so a series of exercises. We're going to be looking at some of the key concepts here. First thing you're going to do, just start doing the turning drill. Very simple, right? But some things to be aware of. Head is pulled up, taint is pulled down. If you feel comfortable where you are, drop another couple inches. And now all the motion in my body, I'm not doing this, I'm not twisting my shoulders. All the motion in the body is coming from the feet pushing against the ground, right? My right foot pushes harder, pushes me over here. My left foot pushes harder, pushes me over there. Start doing a little faster on less predictably, and now I start pushing from all the infinite points on the bottoms of my feet, right? Every foot has infinite points that you can push against the ground with, right? So I start varying it up. Still head pulled up, taint pulled down, right? I don't want to start like just flinging my head around, right? So my head is still pulled up, but now as I randomize my pushing against the ground, right? Even if I'm on one foot, just pushing in different ways and allowing that to go through my loose body, okay? I'm not standing here waving my arm. No, if my arm's gonna move, it's because something from my legs pushing against the ground caused it to move, all right? So as you do this, just get more and more random and free, totally no control or anything like that. As you do this now, you're going to add in one element. You are going to deliberately step offline and in, or step offline over here. Okay, so you notice still totally random. I'm not going, right? No, totally free and fluid with my body, but I can do a box step, I can step across the line, step offline and in, whatever I'm gonna do, okay? So, as you do this, maintaining complete freedom in your body, maintaining head pulled up, taint pulled down, lower than is comfortable, right? If you're doing all this kind of up here, odds are you're not really getting it from the legs, right? Unless you're really, really advanced and internal, right? But get a little lower, so you really overemphasize that moving from the bottom, and you notice every time I deliberately step, just like if I were doing the normal footwork exercises, right? If one foot moves, the other one moves, even if it's just a little thing, okay? So I'm doing that while maintaining this total freedom and flow. No conscious direction of what the body is doing, except now conscious direction of where the feet are going, okay? Then, to start applying this idea, if Keith's in here, and Keith's running in to kick my ass, I know that one thing I should do is get offline, right? Get offline and in. But if I'm getting offline and in with like a planned, structured thing, something like that might happen. Or I'm coming in and I think I know what I'm gonna do, oh, but his arm is not quite where I expected it. I kind of feel stuck. Keith, what do you feel from your end when I'm like this?
Pressure, resistance.
Feel resistance, pressure, structure. What are you gonna do next? Boom, right? It doesn't have to be like an ultra-sensitive person to do this. If he's going to kick my ass and I give him this, he instinctively knows where I am and he's going to crush it. Now, if instead I have this same feeling in my body, not that I'm necessarily like doing it, but I have this feeling in my body where as soon as he's moving, I'm just totally letting everything get free. What do you feel when that happens, Keith?
You disappeared completely.
Right? But at the same time, even though I kind of disappeared, watch what happens if I just do the exercise. I just shift my weight again. Right? It's pretty substantial, right? And that, again, that's not from trying to... That'll be again, Keith. Oh, you all right?
Yep.
It's kind of hard to pull this sometimes. But like from here, for example, I'm not going to... Thank you. Right? And now I'm not trying to... No, just coming from the leg. Same thing I was doing before, right? Keith, you all right?
Yeah.
Keith does anything else? All right, so if you notice, that same feeling of total freedom, and what ends up happening, anything Keith's trying to do, if I'm trying to plan, like where I'm gonna end up, I often end up kind of halfway, trying to deal with his arms, haven't actually done anything to him. He feels exactly where I am. And I could say, in some ways, I did everything right? I kept my hands up, I got offline, but what happens next? Boom, right? Keith's able to do all that shit to me. But if instead I just have, you know, I have the ability within my body because I've trained it to be completely fluid and mindless. Again, get the conscious mind out of controlling this. And all I need to do if he's coming, whoop, get offline. Now if you notice, I mean, your body will actually find much better places than your conscious mind, okay?
Yeah.
Than your conscious mind would have found otherwise. Okay, just everything happens to, and mind you, like if you've been practicing for a while, you get more and more sensitive, and your body subconsciously knows more and more about how human bodies move, then it will work better. But if you notice, if I just now shift my weight, right, everything kind of going good. And if Keith tries to do anything, I'm just ready, right? My body's ready to just expect nothing, be relaxed, keep going, Keith, stay offline, and just not be bothered. Whereas if I had any sort of plan, even if the plan kind of worked, right? What if Keith does anything else now? Oh, fuck, that wasn't in my plan, right? Your conscious mind can't like feel or think many steps ahead. But again, anything he's doing, first of all, if you notice, what might my body naturally do? Some sort of fright reaction, some sort of flinch. Like maybe I'm like looking over here and he's doing some, whoa, shit, right? Again, this was just kind of what happened. But I want that to be, again, in that same spirit of everything coming from the legs, as opposed to he's coming in, right? This is what a lot of people do, right? They flinch or like react in terms of, keep this away from me. Does this position look good to you? Am I going to be able to move fluidly from here? If he does something else, that's going to be bad. Okay? But if instead, you know, I'm kind of happy, whoa, shit. Okay? And now anything else he does, he literally did it to himself. That's what it felt like in my body. He tried to move and he drove my own skeleton right into him. Sorry. Okay? Anything else you do, Keith? Okay, so I just do what I was doing. Right? Boom, offline, in, and boom, pushing against the ground. Okay? Not, oh, look, this is here. No, just pushing against the ground, changing everything, allowing the bones to just fall into place based on my sensitivity. Okay? So, again, doing this exercise, really making sure you're getting this feeling. Head pulled up, tank pulled down. Notice the head pulled up idea is very important because if he starts coming at me and I do this, well, that's not going to be good, right? So I probably, in my solo practice, I shouldn't be like getting in this habit. It might happen that you need to, you know, violate your spine or whatever to survive, but in general, work with that head pulled up feeling, no matter how crazy it gets here, right? And then just be able to, if anything's happening, right? I mean, what is he going to be able to do? Because my body is feeling it like 10 minutes before his does, and it's completely free and balanced enough to move, and, you know, as long as my conscious mind isn't interfering. If he's trying to figure out consciously what to do next, I mean, it's just not going to, it's just not going to happen. So, all right, so you can play with that. But again, the idea is while staying totally free like this, I'm able to put my whole body where it needs to be, okay? And all this kind of limitless freedom that I have solo, when he kind of gets in the way of it, he's just become something else to bounce off of, and I have no idea how I got here, but it's a good place, right? I could not have planned, well, which hand did you even come at me with? I don't even know, right? I could not have planned, well, if he comes this way, I'm gonna be all the way over here, and I couldn't have planned that. Because guarantee you, if I planned that, then what would have happened? Other hand now, right? Oh! And that wouldn't have been good. But if instead, I can keep my mind free, upwards, taking in the entire situation, and just knowing that, shit, body coming, get offline, and be free with it. And sorry, okay? Didn't mean to hit that hard. How much will your kidney get me on the market? All right? Okay? No, exactly. Not going to kick my ass for that. Right? Okay? Again, that's just rolling the ball, keeping yourself free while he's in the way. and just let everything fall into place. I think that covered it, right? Is that too long, Mark?